Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Green Nexus urban farming project. As you may know, San Cosme has unused spaces, limited access to fresh food, and is energy vulnerable. As such, our Green Nexus project turns all three into opportunities, and we are a regenerative urban farming system for the residential core of San Cosme. And our big idea is to design two main intervention zones, first being the central courtyard to produce food and to foster community life. The second being the rooftops, which will employ solar PV panels to produce clean energy on site. Furthermore, we have designed everything to be connected in a closed loop, where energy powers the farm and waste feeds the soil and food feeds the community. But what exactly is within the courtyard? Within the courtyard, you may find three main zones. The first being the vertical hydroponic greenhouse, covering 400 meters squared, built from sustainable materials such as glass and metal. It will incorporate NFT recirculating irrigation systems and will house 140 towers, one per apartment. Here, the residents can manage their own vertical tower independently, which will provide a greater sense of ownership and food access. The crops are nutritious and fast growing, including lettuce, spinach, basil, mint, and strawberries. Now, the second site is the raised beds areas, covering around 1,400 meters and will be dispersed throughout the courtyard. And these are soil-based with varying heights for universal accessibility. And these will include crop rotation, intercropping, and organic growing methods, which is great for deeper rooted crops and improved biodiversity. And the third site in the courtyard is a social and learning space of around 200 meters squared. And this is a flexible zone for workshops, markets, and community events, serving as a social glue of the whole project. Now, the second intervention zone are the rooftops. And these are sloped rooftops of around 10%, which are ideal for photovoltaic panels, which can power pumps, sensors, and irrigation systems. Furthermore, any surplus electricity production from these panels can be used to offset residential energy demand. Within the greenhouse, hydroponic systems can use up to 90% less water than conventional farming systems due to its closed loop recirculation and its water source coming from rainwater cisterns on site. Moreover, all the soil found within the site will come from a compost loop, coming from organic waste being turned into compost and being put back into the raised beds, meaning no landfill and no synthetic fertilizers. But is this really feasible? In summary, yes, it is, because we have identified that in the first year, there will be a projected revenue of 95,000 euros coming from fresh produce sales, cafe and hospitality services, workshops, compost, and retail kits. And the projected expenditure for this project is 86,000 euros out due to infrastructure, staffing, utilities, seeds, and substrate costs. However, this will aim to serve 500 to 800 users per week, employing a modular design, which means it can be replicable in other dense Mediterranean neighborhoods. Now, our vision for Green Nexus isn't just a farm, but rather a platform for food security, clean energy, social cohesion, and education. And we're not just adding green to a gray space, but rather we're transforming how 700 people relate to food, energy, and each other. Thank you very much.